श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम ओम सहनाववतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति शांति शान्तिः। इदानीम् अकार उकार मकार व्याख्यानेन तत्समुदाय ओंकार व्याख्यानवत् ओंकार तत्शब्द सत्शब्द व्याख्यानेन तत् समुदाय रूपं ब्रह्मणो निर्देशं स्तुति अतिशयाय व्याख्यातुम् आरभते चतुर्भिः. Now, to show that this is something very superior, to praise this to be very superior, what is that? This Om Tat Sat, this name of Brahman, Om Tat Sat, which we referred with Om Tat Sat, is of a very superior quality. He is equating it like Pranavat. We said Pranavat like Omkaravat, like A, U, Ma. The group of Akara, Ukara, Makara is Omkara. Okay. Similarly, Om Tat Sat, the group of Om Tat Sat is Om Tat Sat name. Okay. Now, like to establish what Omkara is, we explain what Akara is, what Ukara is, and what Makara is. Like the gross, subtle, and causal body, the Annamaya Sharira, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya Sharira, and Anandamaya Sharira, then Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. In this way, we establish it in different types. And finally, we understand that is what is Omkara referring to. Similarly, by establishing what are Omkara, Tat Shabda, and Sat Shabda mean, we understand the whole name of Brahman, which is Om Tat Sat, which is implied by that Om Tat Sat word. The Brahman implied by the word Om Tat Sat. That is explained in the next 4 shlokas. Tatta Pratham Omkaram Vyachaste. Among that, see, the group of words are Om Tat Sat. Okay, so first the Om word is taken and it is explained. Each one of them are individually establishing Brahman. So he is explaining Tasmat Omityudahritya Yajnadanatavakriyah Pravartante Vidhanokta Satatam Brahmavadinam. Tasmat Omiti Udahritya Yajnadanatavakriyah Pravartante Vidhanokta Satatam Brahmavadinam. Therefore, after pronouncing Om, Udahritya, after pronouncing Om, Yajnadana Tapakriyaha Vidhanoktaha Yajnadana Tapakriyaha Pravartante Satam. The people, Brahmavadin means the people who believe in Brahman. Brahman means not the absolute self. Brahma here is Veda. Brahma Janati iti, Veda Janati iti Brahmana. Brahma Veda Janati iti Brahmana. Like that we interpret it. So, the people who understand the Veda, who know the Vedas, they say, they perform the Yajna, Dana and Tapas. All those karmas as prescribed. Because we already said that we are not bringing in Ahara. Because Ahara does not have any Punya Papa for the future. It satiates the hunger now and over. So, that is why he says, there is no Anga, Purva, etc. So, we are not discussing about Ahara. Yasmat. Omiti Brahma ityadishu Shrutishu Omiti Brahmano Nama Prasiddham. Since in Omiti Brahma, Omityadagam Sarvam, like that in that sloka, Omitya Abhyurteta Tyostravitya Shraviyanti, Omiti Samani Kayanti, Om Somiti Shastrani Sagam Santi, Omiti Brahm Adbhargif Pratigranati, Omiti Brahmana Pravakshanna, Brahmova Navaniti, Brahmi Bhavapnoti. Like that, Om is extolled in Taittiriya Upanishad. Om iti Brahma. That is how it starts. So, in the Shruti, Om iti Brahmano Nama Prasiddham. Om is the name of Brahman. See, Om is the name of Brahman. Akara vai Sarvavak. That is, see, individually Akara, Ukara, Makara all imply the Brahman. But the group Om is absolutely, without any doubt, it refers to the Brahman. It implies the Brahman. So here, Om This word is very famously known in the Vedas to imply Brahman. Where have you seen Om iti Brahma? Very clear. Where can you see anything else? This clear. Om iti Brahma. Om means Brahman. Over. So therefore is Tasmat Om iti Udahritya Omkara Ucharana Anantaram. Therefore after pronouncing Om, what do they do? Vidhanokta vidhishastra bodhitaha brahmavadinam vedavadinam yajnadana tapakriyaha satatam pravartante. So vidhanokta vidhi shastrinokta as prescribed in the Vedas through the injunctions, whatever karmas are prescribed in the Vedas through the injunctions, those who perform the brahmavadins. Brahmavadins means the people who have the habit of pronouncing the Brahman, meaning chanting the Brahman, chanting the Vedas. Those people, yajna dana tapa kriyaha satatam pravartante. They are involved in the yajna, dana, tapa, etc. karmas always. Pravartante means prakrishataya vaigunya rahityena vartante. Dhrutu vartane is the root word, to stay, to exist. Okay, so they exist. Exist how? Pra upasarga purvaka vrutu dhatu. Okay, so pra, what does pra? Prakrishataya, in a beautiful way. In a beautiful, what is beautiful? See, you have a plate full of nice food. Okay, good food, best food, let us say, and you put a small amount of some filth in it on the corner, just the corner. Can it be called as good food plate? No, we cannot avoid looking at that filth and that feces or whatever that bad matter is. So even if it is associated with a small amount of filth, that is not a good karma. So he says it is nicely done in such a way there is no lacuna in it, there is no defect in it. That is why he says yasya eka avayava uchcharanad api avaigunyam kim punah tasya sarvasya uchcharanad iti sutyatishaya. So he said earlier, that was his pratignya, that was the idea he wanted to establish. So he said stuti atishayaya, to show this is this is something which is to be extolled very greatly. Why? Because this is very potent. Why? Because even if Om, this one limb of the Om Tat Sat word, the Om Tat Sat word, the name, even if one limb of that is capable of removing the defects, should we even talk about the whole word Om Tat Sat? So that is the greatness. Now the second word Tat, Dvitiyam Tat Shabdam Vyachashte. The second word Tat is explained. Tat Vityanabhisandhaya Phalam Yajnatapakriyaha Dana Kriyascha Vidhina Kriyante Moksha Kankshibhihi. Taditi Anabhisandhaya Phalam. It is not Taditi Anabhisandhaya, without thinking about Tat. No. Tat iti Anabhisandhaya Phalam. Yajnadana tapakriya danakriyaschа vidhina kriyante vividha kriyante mokshakankshibihi. Taditi, by pronouncing tat, anabhisandhaya phalam, without being attached to the results, yajnadana tapakriyaha danakriyascha vividha kriyante. The yajna, dana, tapa, all these activities, also the dana, yajna, tapa, and also the dana activity, different kinds of activities they perform. Who? Moksha Kankshibhihi. The people who desire to gain liberation, they perform all this yajna, dana, tapas, etc. Why should they pronounce tat? Because tattamasi ityadi shuddhi prasiddham taditi brahmano namudahritya. Because tattamasi, tat sat, tat brahma, etc. in all these places, tat is referred to as Brahman. Tat is absolute self. Therefore, it is famously known in the Vedas. Therefore, phalam anabhisandhaya, after pronouncing that tat, phalam anabhisandhaya, antakarana shuddhyartham, without being attached to the results, meaning for the sake of the purity of mind, yajna tapakriyaha dana kriyascha vidaha moksha kankshibhi kriyante. The people who desire the liberation, they perform the different acts of yajna, dana, tapas, etc. Tasmat atishayam etat. Therefore, this is something which is superior, which is greater. Tritiyam sat shabdam yachaste dvabhyam. Now, in the next two shlokas, the third part of the name, which is Sat. First part Om, second part Tat, and third part is Sat. And that is explained in the next two shlokas. Satbhave sadhubhave cha satyatyetat prayujyate prashaste karmani tatha satchabdah partha yujyate sadbhave sadhubhave cha saditi etat prayujyate prashaste karmani तथा सत शब्द पार्थ युज्यते सद्भावे in something which is existent, to show something to be existent. Sadhu bhave, to sadhu means nice, to say something to be nice. Sad iti etat prayujyate, we use the word sat to say good or nice, we say sadhu. Okay, good, sadhu. So, and that is the meaning of the word sadhu when we talk about people. Sadhu, he is a very sadhu person, meaning he is a very good person. And the monks are also referred to as sadhu because they are good people. So, that is how it should be basically. Okay. Prashaste karmani. So, after pronouncing the sat, because it is sat and sadhu, people pronounce that, they take this name. Prashaste karmani tatha. And in greater karmas, they sat shabda partha yujyate. In good karmas, in auspicious karmas, this sat word is used. Why sat word? Sat chit anandam. In that sat, it is the name of the Brahman. Okay. Sat Brahma. There, sat is directly referred to as Brahman. And here, Sadeva Saumyadamagrasi Rekmeva Dvitiyam. Understand, Sat only existed earlier before the creation as one non-dual. The name of the self is referred to as Sat. Okay? So, Ityadi Shruti Prasiddham Sad iti etat Brahmano Nama. So, Sat is referring to the Brahman. Sat is the name given to the Brahman. Sadbhave avidyamanatva shankayam vidyamanatve sadhubhave cha asadhutva shankayam sadhutve cha pariyujyate shishtahi. When you have the doubt, no, Brahman does not exist. Definitely exists. So say it is Sat is used. No, it is not something which is good. No, it is definitely good to say Sadhu is used. So to negate the opposite, the Sat and Sadhu words are used with reference to the Brahman. Shishtahi, used by what? Whom? People who know about this. Tasma, therefore, Vaigunya Pariharaya Yajnadehe Sadhuttam Tat Falasya cha Vidyamanatvam Kartum Shamam Etat. Therefore, to remove the defects in the yajna, etc., and to produce the good results for the yajna, etc., and to make it existent, people, this Sat is capable of doing that. That is the idea. Tatha sadbhava sadhubhavayoho iva prashaste apratibandhena ashu sukhajanake mangalike karmani. So, like in the Sat and Sadhu, in the activities that are good and existent, in prashaste karmani, in the greater karma, in a very auspicious karma, like where the experience of happiness is not having any obstacle, where there is no obstacle for the immediate experience of happiness. Okay, where there is no obstacle for immediate experience of happiness, those kind of karmas, meaning mangalike, a very auspicious karma. So what kind of karma are we talking about? Auspicious karma means marriage, etc. Vivahado. Sat shabdo he partha yujyate prayujyate. The word Sat is used there. Tasmat, therefore, apratibandhena ashu falajanakatvam vaigunya pariharena yajnadehe samartham etad nama iti prashastataram etad ityartha. Therefore, this is something to be extolled in a superior way because it not only produces the result which gives you happiness immediately, but also wards off all the defects. So therefore in the yajna etc. This is capable of, therefore this is something which needs to be extolled in a superior way. Yajne tapasi, next shloka, the second shloka for the same sat. Yajne tapasi dane cha sthiti saddityuchyate कर्म चैव तदर्थीयं सद्दित्येव विधीयते. यज्ञे तपसि दाने च स्थितिः सद्दिति उच्यते. कर्म च एव तदर्थीयं सदिति एव अभिधीयते. So यज्ञे दाने तपसि च स्थितिः. In yajna, dana and tapasa, the existence of yajna, dana and tapasa is referred to with sat. And the karmas which are performed for that reason means for the yajna, dana and tapasa, that also is said to be sat. That also is called as sat. That also is referred to as sat. Yajne tapasi dane cha ya sthitihi tat parataya avasthitihi. Yajna, dana, tapas, etc. Whatever existence we have, whatever existence means whatever shraddha we have to be immersed in it. That is the siddhi. To be established in it, to be immersed in it. That is the siddhi we are talking about. Sapi saddhiti uchyate. That is referred to as sat. Because the Vedas say, asanne vasabhavati asat brahmeti veda chet. So a person who thinks Brahman to be non-existent becomes non-existence verily. So we are talking about the existence. Karma cha eva tadarthiyam. And for that reason, the karmas which are performed, for what reason? Teshu yajna dana tapo rupeshu artheshu. For those yajna dana and tapas etc. For that whatever karmas are done, bhavam tadanukulam eva cha. Whatever karmas which are conducive for performance of the yajna, dana, tapas, etc. Athava, or there is a different interpretation possible for this tadarthiyam. What is that? Yasya brahmano nama idam prastutam tadeva artha vishaya yasya tadartham. Shuddha brahma jnanam tadanukulam karma tadarthiyam. Tadarthiyam means for the sake of that. For the sake of that means tad is Brahman. So for the sake of that Brahman, for the sake of the knowledge of that Brahman, the karmas which are conducive to gain the knowledge of that Brahman, for that sake, whatever karmas you perform is tadarthiya. Or bhagavadarpana buddhya kriyamanam karma cha tadva tadarthiyam sadityu abhidhyate. Or a karma which is performed with the idea of surrendering the results to Bhagavan, Ishvara, that is tadarthiya. After pronouncing it sad, etc. That is also referred to as sat. Tasmat, therefore, saditi nama karma vaigunya apanodana samartham prashastataram. Therefore, this word sat has the ability to remove, ward off all the evils, all the inauspiciousness and all the defects of the karmas. This is very famously known. यस्तु एकैको अवयवो अपि एतादृशः किं वक्तव्यं तत् समुदायस्य ओम तत्सदिति निर्देशस्य माहात्म्यमिति संपिण्डितार्थः. The idea is this. See, even if each one of these name om, tat, sat, if each one of these are capable of, each one of them are the name of Brahman. If each one of them are capable of warding off all the inauspiciousness, removing all the defect, then should we even say what will happen if you chant all the three? Definitely it has the potency. More adhikasya adhikam phalam. More the result, right? So, okay. Now we come, after establishing all this, we come to the base question. That is how we started this chapter. So he says, Yadi alasyadina shastriyam vidhim ustujya. So that was the first doubt of Arjuna. So he is taking that doubt now. Yadi alasyadina shastriyam vidhim utsrujya shraddhadanataya eva vruddha vyavahar matrene yajnata podhanadi kurvata pramadat vaikunye prapte om tatsaditi brahma nirdeshena tat pariharaha. So yadi, if, that is the doubt. Okay, if alasyadina, because of laziness etc., shastriyam vidhim utsrujya, he gives up the injunctions as prescribed by the shastra, the prescriptions of the shastra, but does that mean he does not perform anything? No. He has Shraddha. Based on the Shraddha, he performs the karmas not based on the Shastra, but based on the Vriddha Vyavahara, the elderly people's act. The elders, whatever they do, he sees that and he performs based on that. It's all same, right? No, it is not same, because if you follow what is said in the Shastra, then there is no doubt regarding the performance of the karma. Because the Shastra very clearly says, Mantrereva smartavyaha. You have to remember each one of the next act through a mantra. So there will be no doubt what to do next. That is why during the performance of karma, they will say, Jala, Jalopasparshya, touch the water. Touching the water, even for that, Jalopasparshya, they chant this mantra. So they know what to do, what is the next step they have to perform, because they know the mantras. Now, when you are going to follow the act of elderly people, then you are not going to be very vigilant in seeing what they perform, how do they perform. Because some act, they perform it naturally, or some they think mentally. Okay, so you don't know what is that they are thinking, and you didn't ask. So you just follow blindly whatever they did without even understanding what they did. So therefore, though you have Shraddha there, still he says, Yajnatapodhanadi Gurvatam Pramada Vaikunye Prapte. There can be defect because of carelessness, because you didn't watch them properly. Sometimes there is always this possibility. So he says, Om Tatsaditi. When that kind of situation arises, Om Tatsaditi Brahmadeshena Tat Pariharha. You can ward off that defect because of carelessness by chanting this Om Tatsat. If it is be so, Yedi Tarhi, then he says, Ashraddhadanadaya Shastriyam Vidimutsurjya Kamakarena Yatkinchit Yajnadi Kurvatam Asuranamapi Teneva Vaigunya Pariharha Syaditi. So even if this is the situation, then I understand. Okay, even if a person does not have Shraddha, etc., so what? He is performing the karmas as prescribed in the Shastra, right? So without Shraddha, he is performing the karmas as prescribed in the Shastra. He is not following the Vriddha Vyavahara. He is performing the karmas as prescribed in the Shastra, though he does not have Shraddha. Like that, without any Shraddha. So then he says, those asuric people, those demonic people, that because there is absence of Shraddha, it is defective. Basically, it is a defective karma. Though he is performing the karmas as prescribed in the Vedas, it is defective because there is no Shraddha in it. So what? Tenaiva Vaigunya Parihara Syat. With that very thing, what very thing? That very name, Om Tat Sat. He can get rid of those defects. That is possible. If it is so, iti kritam shraddhaya, then what is the need of shraddha? I don't have to have any shraddha. I don't need to have shraddha to perform any karmas, because at the end of it, I will say Om Tat Sat and I get the full result. That doesn't happen. So it is like slapping a person and say sorry, and slapping again and say sorry. It doesn't happen. So you perform things with Shraddha. So he says, Satvikatva Hetubhutatva Bhutaya iti ityataha. So Shraddha is useless and the Satvik etc. is useless. Satvik is useless. Being Satvik is useless. I can be Ravasik or Tamasic, does not really matter. I do the perform karmas and finally I say Om Tat Sat, done. Even that Om Tat Sat I will not say with Shraddha. Om Tat Sat I will say, because you said you have to chant the name of Brahman. I am saying chanting the name of Brahman, Om Tat Sat. All the defects are purified. If you think so, he says, that was the doubt of Arjuna in the beginning. So he says, Ashraddhayahutam dattam tapastaptam kritam chayat asat ityuchate partha nacha tat pretya nohiha. Ashraddhaya hutam dattam tapastaptam kritam chayat asat ityuchate he partha nacha tat pretya nohiha. The karma which is the karmas which are performed with lack of shraddha, without shraddha. Hutam, fire oblations. Dattam, charity. Tapastaptam, the penance you performed. Kritam, whatever other karmas you do. Asat ityuchate, they are referred to as asat, non-existent, that will never give a proper result. Asat means asadhur also. It is not right. It's an improper karma. And, O Partha, understand that. Nachatat pretya no iha. It is not useful. It is neither useful for the hereafter or the here. It will not give you results for the future in the other worlds or in this very world. इति श्री महाभारते शतसहस्र्यां संहितायां वैयासिक्यां भीष्मपर्वणि श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे षट्ठात्रयविभागयोगो नाम सप्तदशोऽध्यायः. With this we come to the 17th chapter. Okay, come to the end of 17th chapter. Tika. Ashraddhaya yadhutam havanam kritam. Without shraddha, whatever fire oblations you perform. Agnau dattam. Fire oblation means you throw into the fire. That is the homa we saw. Okay. Yad brahmani dattam yad brahmani agnau. Come on. Dattam yad brahmanebhya. And whatever charity donations you gave to the brahmins, etc. Yad tapaha taptam. Whatever penance you performed. Yad chanyad karma kritam. Whatever other karmas you performed. Like stuti namaskaradi, like salutations, etc. Salutations, extollations, etc. Tat sarvam ashraddhaya kritam asat asadu ityuchyate. When if all of them are performed without any shraddha, without any dedication, that is referred to as asat, non-existence, not right. It is not right. Atah om tatsiti nirdeshena na tasya sadhu bhavah shakyate kartum. Therefore, just because you chant Om Tat Sat finally, after performing the karmas without any shraddha, does not make it right. Sarvata tat ayogyatvat, because it is not eligible for becoming perfect, proper. Like Shilayaha, Iva Ankuraha, like a sprout from a rock. You can have sprouts from in a ground or water, but not from a rock. That is the idea. That kasmad asadityuchyate. Why do people call it non-existent? Wrong. Shrunu he Partha. I am going to explain it. Listen to me. Hey Partha. Oh Partha, listen to it. Cha there, which is said is in the sense of a reason. Cho heto. He is giving the reasons. Yasmat. Because tad ashraddha kritam न प्रेत्य परलोके फलति विगुणत्वेन अपूर्व अजनकत्वात् नो इह नापि इह लोके यशः साधुभिः निन्दितत्वात्. Because the karma which is performed without any shraddha does not help you after your death in the other worlds. Pretya means after death, meaning in the other worlds. Why? Because it is defective, and defective karmas don't produce any results. That is why he says, Vigunattvena apurva ajanakatvat. It does not produce any apurva, punya. So it is not going to be of any use in the future, in the other worlds. Okay. But if I am going to perform those karmas, people are going to call me a very good person. Oh, he is a person who has performed all those karmas, you know. If you think so, napi haloke. Yashaha. You will not gain any name or fame in this world also. Why? Sadhubhi ninditatva. Because it is cursed by, it is put down by good people. Therefore, you will not get any name also. Hard karmas he performed. It's all useless. So people, if good people with knowledge, learned men, if they say bad about your activity, then your activity, whatever it may be, it is not going to be of any use. Ataha. Therefore, aihikam amushmika phala vikalatvat ashraddha kratasya satvikaya shraddhaya eva satvikam yajnadi kuryad antakarana shuddhi. Therefore, instead of performing the karmas without any shraddha, you have to perform the karmas with shraddha and with sattvic attribute. Only then you will get the result of purity of heart. तादृशस्यैव श्रद्धापूर्वकस्य सात्विकस्य यज्ञादेः दैव दैवात् वैगुण्यं शङ्कायां ब्रह्मणो नामनिर्देशेन साद्गुण्यं सम्पादनीयमिति परमार्थः. The idea is, if you perform those karmas with Shraddha and in sattvic way, then in for some reason or other, if there is some defect in that karma, then because if Daivat Vaigunya Prapte, see, for some reason or other, Daivat here is not divine. Daivat means suddenly, accidentally, if there is some defect in that karma, then that defect is taken care of by this Om Tat Sat. It becomes perfect by chanting Om Tat Sat, if you perform it with Shraddha and a sattvic attitude. Shraddha Purvakam Asatvikam api Yajnadi Viganam Brahmano Nama Nirdeshena Satvikam Sagunam Cha Sampaditam Bhavati iti Bhashya. In the Bhashya, he says, if you have Shraddha, but even if it is not performed with a sattvic attitude, then those yajnas, etc., are capable of producing results, proper results, if you chant this Om Tat Sat. That is what Bhashya says. In Taittiriya Upanishad, there is a statement, Shraddhaya Deyam, Ashraddhaya Deyam, like that. Shraddhaya Deyam, Ashraddhaya Deyam. You elongate it so that you understand there is a avagraha, there is a yes, meaning there is a there. Ashraddhaya Adeyam, you should not give it without Shraddha. Some people interpret it as Shraddhaya Deyam, Ashraddhaya Deyam, meaning you should have to give either, whether you have Shraddha or not does not really matter, but you have to give. And they give this reason. They say, even if you don't give it with Shraddha, at least you will get the result of Rajasic or Tamasic activity. So for that we say, if you have Shraddha, it will give a proper result. Whether you perform it sattvic or non-sattvic does not really matter. After chanting the Om Tat Sat, it is going to give you a proper result. If you don't have Shraddha, whether it is performed with sattvic or not is not an important thing. No Shraddha, there is no result. Tad evam asmin adhyaya. So he comes to the conclusion. In this way, in this chapter, Alasyadina. So whatever we saw in the beginning, he is bringing it again. Beginning means beginning of this shloka. Alasyadina Anadrita Shastranam Shraddha Purvakam Vruddha Vyavahara Matrina Parvartamananam. Because of laziness, etc., different reasons, he is giving up the Shastra, but he has Shraddha and he is following the elder people's activity there. Shastra Anadarena Asura Sadharmina. Because he is giving up the Shastras, he is similar to Asura. Because Asuras don't follow the Shastra. Now, Shraddha Purvaka Anushthanena cha Deva Sadharmina. But he has Shraddha, and which is the quality of deities. The Asuras, demonic people, they don't believe in Shastra. The people with the quality of divine, they follow the Shraddha. They have the Shraddha. So he has both demonic quality and devilish divine quality. Now, which is the category he will be put in? That was the doubt of Arjuna. So therefore, Kim Asuraha Ami Devaha Vaiti. Arjunasya Samshaya Vishaya. So the Samshaya Vishaya, the seed of doubt for Arjuna is should be categorized him as deity or demon. A person based on the quality of deity or a person based on the quality of demon. How should we categorize him? Raja Tamasa Shraddha Purvakam Rajas Tamasa Yajnadikarino Asuraha Shastriya Jnana Sadhana Anadikarina. So this is the simple idea. A person performing the karma based on the Rajasic and Tamasic Shraddha, and Shraddha is Rajasic and Tamasic, and the activities of Yajna, etc., are Rajasic or Tamasic. Okay, so that person, what happens to is he is demonic, Asura. Why? Because Shastriya Jnana Sadhana Anadhikarina. He is not capable of whatever the Jnana Sadhana, the means for gaining the knowledge which are prescribed in the Shastras. He is not capable of performing it. He is not eligible to perform them. Whereas on the other hand, Sattvika Shraddha Purvakam, Sattvika Shraddhadi Karinastu. The person who performs the karma with Sattvik Shraddha and Sattvika activity of Yajna, etc. in Sattvik way, then they are divine, they are deities. Shastriya Jnana Sadhana Adhikarina iti, meaning they are capable of, they are eligible for performing the means for knowledge that are prescribed in the Shastra. Means for knowledge that are prescribed in the Shastra. We are not talking about the pramana, means for right knowledge, means of right knowledge. We are talking about means for knowledge. Okay, that is prescribed in the instruments that are prescribed for knowledge in the Shastra. Is eligible for. Shraddha Traividya Pradarshana Mukhena Aharadi Traividya Pradarshana. So we saw there are three types of Shraddha, and in Ahara, Yajna, Dana and Tapa there are three types. Each one of them are of three types. By establishing this, Bhagavata Nirnaya Krita. Bhagavan has established, clearly determined that how you have to understand things. Now it is for you to understand which is Sattvic and which is Tamasic and which is Rajasic Shraddha and which is Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic karma. It is for you to decide. Iti Siddham. This is what is established in this chapter. इति श्रीमत् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्री विश्वेश्वर सरस्वती श्रीपाद शिष्य श्री मधुसूदन सरस्वती प्रचितायां श्री भगवद्गीता गूढ़ार्थ दीपिकायां श्रद्धा त्रयविभाग योग विवरणं नाम सप्तदशोऽध्यायः. So with this we come to the end of the 17th chapter. We will see the 18th chapter peacefully. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudaccate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.